What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It is episode number 34. It's the penultimate episode of Season 4 as the Cinderella story continues. Yep, Ipswich Town for the second round in a row, knocking out a European giant in the Champions League on penalties, where today we'll have the semi-finals, taking on the side that's won it more times than anyone else, and probably the favourites to win the whole thing, that is Real Madrid. But you know what? Why can't we take them out? Are we taking out Leverkusen? We've taken out Inter, and we've taken out Atletico Madrid. Bring on the Galacticos, man. I genuinely think we can get through it. If we do get through it, we'll have the final in the next episode and the final league game, because there's also a few more games to go in the season right now, where, as you can see, Ipswich Town on the back of the draw to Manchester City are just outside the top four with 6 to play. But it is as tight as it gets. It is goal difference. Let's crack on with the first game of several today, and it's a massive one as well. It is indeed Spurs, who I can't see them making a late run for a Champions League place right now, 13 behind us, but they can go for a top 7 place, so they need these points as much as we do at Portman Road. First game of several today. Spurs, big one in the league, coming to Ipswich Town. Spurs, of course, took us out in the FA Cup here in the last 16, so looking for revenge in this one. There's just a lovely little move there to find Christiansen, and now Delap to Garner, space to shoot, great save by Vicario. As it remains 0-0 for now, but yeah, big game here for both teams. Spurs wanting to stay in European football, us wanting to get back in a top 4 place. Neither side can afford a loss, but a draw does neither team a favour either. When you go into games like these, it's like, who's going to blink first, you know what I mean? Like, who's going to be the one that throws the first punch? Who's going to be the one that starts sending more bodies forward, you know? Because you can't leave yourself exposed on defence by chucking too many players forward, but you need a goal. As Delap gets it! What a hit! Liam Delap with the opener. 19 in, Ipswich do throw the first punch. We talked about it at length in the last episode. Our last 2 domestic defeats, Spurs and Manchester United. How do we lose those games? Starting off poorly as Jake O'Brien says to Leroy Sane, I ain't letting you get through 3 straight blocks, as it's still 1-0. You know, we were 3-0 down against Spurs half an hour in. 3-0 down. No wonder we got knocked out of the cup. And then, as that shot by Mika Marlowe is hooked wide, against Manchester United, I mean, we were 2-0 down in the first half. And in both of those games, we got goals to get back in the game, but we couldn't find a leveller. Had to start games off better. In this one, going up in the first half, being the better team. And like I said, man, far easier setting the pace and doing the chase, but that's a really poor bit of defending. Kingsley Coman has James Garner on his heels. Just a good recovery. And we still lead by 1. Just got to grind this out now. I must say today, with 5 to play, Jake O'Brien has been an absolute brick wall in that back line. He's a giant of a man, and it's been a giant of a performance. And I'm going to go to the corner with Liam Delap in the final minute of normal time, because this game is over and Ipswich are returning to winning ways. A big 3 points in a big battle. Come on. And the top 4 aspirations, I definitely think now it's ours to throw away. Even though we are still level with Liverpool, it's because our remaining fixtures, other than Chelsea, are all games we should win. So with that being the case, it's ours, man. Win the remaining fixtures, we will be back in the Champions League. Yep, Liverpool held by Brentford as well. So if you look at the league table now, before the Southampton game, we are back in the top 4, and we've got a 2-point gap as well. Yeah, honestly, I think this is ours here. I mean, destiny's in our own hands, but when you look at the remaining fixtures as well, I mean, all of these games, with no disrespect to the teams we've got to face, all those games apart from Chelsea, we should be targeting wins. And if we do beat Chelsea as well, and the other teams remaining, we will be Champions League once again. So let's get the first of 5 wins we need to wrap up top 4, starting here, Southampton away on the south coast at St Mary's. And again, another game, we've got to target the 3 points in. This isn't the same Ipswich team from Season 1, Season 2, when we go into these games and say, oh, it's away day, point on the ball, we'll take it. No, we're a different team now. We're going for victories in practically every game, including this one. The Saints away on the south coast in the build-up to the first leg versus Real Madrid. Eyes on the prize, though. Focus on this one first. Going to Ipswich Town. Resting a few players for this game out there today, with Christiansen, Garner, Koleosho all taking a breather. but I think we'll be alright, and it's because the players that are coming in to replace them, I mean, they're not bad. You got Mumba, 78 overall. You got Hassan, the wonder kid, on the wing, and Flynn Downs, who is now 80, through the middle. I mean, this is a great way to show you how much we've risen as a team, as Flynn Downs tries his luck from range, but it's easily caught. I mean, back in season 1, if we needed to give players breathers, we were looking at players like, Nathan Broadhead and, George Hurst, with all due respect to those players, they're championship level. But the players that are coming in now, like I said, Downs, Hassan, these players could probably start in the majority of Premier League teams. But to be fair, today, haven't got going yet until we do, and there is one of those players who gets the opening goal. And like I said, it's a different team now. It is a different Ipswich Town team. The depth we've got in terms of quality is far exceeding the team we had back in season 1. It's easy to forget sometimes when you're doing an RTG with one club that the team you are a few years later is a completely different team to the side you started off with. It's like, not only have you added to the quality, but also you've developed the game of some of the players that you inherited. Look at players like Leif Davis. We took over. He was solid. I'm a massive fan of his game in real life, but now I've turned him into one of the best left backs in Europe. Christiansen's the same. We signed him from the Foxes, great little budget buy. He's now become one of the best right backs in Europe. And this man ain't bad either. Amin Hadley, our club record signing with the dagger. Ipswich Town getting another win. And today, Moses Hassan has probably had his best appearance in an Ipswich Town shirt so far, as Bulker makes a great save there. And we'll try and see out this clean sheet too. He's the wonder kid out on loan with Sheffield United, developed his game brilliantly. And from next season onwards, I want to make him a starter in this team. He often is, but not always. But I want to take his game to the next level if possible. Today, he showed us what he can do when he's given some TLC. Mumba down the left, lifts 1-2, and can he nod it back into play? No, it misses the ball, but not that it's going to matter. It is 2 down, 4 to go for Ipswich Town. Win the remaining fixtures, and we will be Champions League once again. Setting the pace, far more preferable to doing the chase. And it's in our destiny to make sure we stay top 4. But this is it. Following game, you got to say surely one of the biggest, if not the biggest games in club history. Going back to that UEFA Cup final. Welcoming Real Madrid for the first leg of the Champions League semi-final. Honestly, whilst they might be one of the favourites, I genuinely believe we can take them, with them right now second place in La Liga. It's been a nice little stretch from the Tractor Boys in terms of form. And heading into this, like we said earlier, we've taken out Leverkusen, we've taken out Inter, and we've taken out Atletico. So why not the most decorated side in Champions League history as well? Absolutely buzzing, and genuinely, honestly, I'm confident. I'm really confident. Got to make sure we get a first leg result, though, and a good one to take back to the Bernabeu. It is Real Madrid in East Anglia, and definitely the biggest game of the season so far. Literally can't wait. Come on, Ipswich Town. This is obviously an incredible Real Madrid side. In the front three, phenomenal as well. But I think if we can keep it tight in the first leg, that's the thing. I mean, if we can go back to the Bernabeu, let's say hypothetically tied at 0-0, but even possibly having a 1-goal lead, I genuinely feel that confident. I really do. I think we can take them. I think we definitely can. Go to Madrid, keep a clean sheet, keep it tight, and make that CL final in our debut year. I said in the last episode, this run really reminds me of the... that's going to be a foul. Ref, thank you. It reminds me of the Cardiff save I did in Football Manager many years ago now, where it was our first season in the Champions League, and we went all the way to the final. We were so close to winning it, 10 minutes away, conceded, and then lost on the spot kicks to AC Milan. I could see the same thing happening again, but hopefully with a happier ending this time. Vinicius, Ballon d'Or winner, lest we forget, this past season. As Danny Ceballos finds Kylian Mbappe, first chance for the Frenchman. And with a Travailer shot, Bulker read it well, turning it over the bar for a corner. And Real Madrid looking to assert their dominance early. 16 minutes in, good stop by the Polish goalkeeper, as it remains 0-0 for now. Warning sign early though from the great Galacticos. Danny Ceballos to Vinicius. And the Brazilian to Josko Vardiol down the left-hand side. And the Croatian with Christiansen to beat. Back into the middle. There's the Brazilian. Ceballos, 18 yards from goal. Could not direct it goal bound. And this has been a little storm here from Real Madrid. You got to weather these patches when you're against the big teams and they start flexing their muscles a little bit. You've just got to hold them at bay. It's a bit nervy around Portman Road as we get to the end of the first half. A good little mini spell from Real Madrid. Weathered it well, but haven't really had much on the offensive end. Yeah, that's a great ball by Gibbs White to find the lap in the middle. And as Schlotterbeck comes in, it was a fair tackle. Liam goes down, and that might be a season ender. Thankfully, come on, ref, play for half time. Come on. We've had the minute. Ref, come on. Mbappe's got... Mbappe! Dispossessed and will get it away. That is going to do it for the first half. Still tied at 0-0. The lap going down. And I might take him off at the break as well. I don't want to risk that injury getting exacerbated. As things stand, though, we are keeping it tight. So second half underway. Getting towards the hour mark. Still tied at 0-0. The lap off at the break for Washington. As we're still deadlocked, can we get a chance against Real Madrid? I was worried about a front three. I have not been able to break down that DM duo of Bellingham and Ceballos as Jude right on cue, ears burning, finds Mbappe, off to him, it's Jude! Big game, Jude Bellingham with the opener. At the Euros, I was celebrating every goal he scored. Tonight, commiserations for this one. Mbappe brings Greaves across, rolls it across to him, and Jude gets his reward for making the interception. Real Madrid strike first. Into the final few minutes, I brought Flynn down for... Oh, good save, Bulger. Saw that late as well for a bit more defensive stability, because I think this game is over now, but the one thing we can't afford to do is concede again. I mean, just make sure we keep it at only 1-0. William Flynn, that's what I brought you on for, son. Just keep it at 1-0. And then heading into the second leg, you just never know. We may get a bit of luck. Just can't concede again. Real Madrid right now, just absolutely going for the kill. They want the dagger. They want this tie completely in their control. Final chance of the game. Just don't concede here. Vinicius, great save, Bulka, and that is going to do it. I felt confident pre-game. Not so much at full time. That was probably one of the most difficult games of FC I've played so far. Certainly this season. Real Madrid turned up and were on it from the first whistle, and that is why they're the most decorated CL team of all time. Ruthless. But it is only one. We're still in the tie. It's not over yet. Oh, and of course the big question is, how bad was the injury for Liam Delap? Because if he's out for the second leg, we're in trouble. David didn't really get any service, so I can't blame him or Adley for not getting any chances in that first leg. But for the injury for Liam, it was just a bruise. Okay, alright, he'll be back for the second leg of the Bernabeu. Though he will be missing for this one. Yep, following game, and a big game to bounce back in as well. Chelsea at Portman Road on the back of that defeat to Real Madrid. We're heading into this one with 5 clear of Liverpool with 4 games to go. But of course, the Reds do have a game in hand, as do Manchester United, 1 point and 1 place above us right now. I'm not thinking about second or third where we could still finish. All I'm thinking about is 5th, 6th and 7th right below us in the table and just trying to keep them at bay. If Chelsea to have any chance of top 4, they've got to win all their remaining 5. If we're to stay in the top 4, I think we've got to win all of our remaining 4. Yep, Chelsea at Portman Road, massive game to bounce back in as we try and keep Liverpool at bay with 4 to play. Come on, Ipswich Town. Massive game, this absolutely massive. And again, you look at the final 3 games: Brentford, Norwich, Leicester. All due respect, we should be beating them all. So if we can come through this, the toughest remaining league fixture, with the win, I mean, top 4s will be ours to absolutely bottle. Going to be tough, though. Not fully fit heading into the game, on the back of a loss. Travelling to Madrid in the week. I mean, Chelsea sensing blood here. With Drago shooting and scoring. As good of a wonder kid as he is, I've never picked him up before. And maybe that's a sign that I should get him at some point, because he's just given Maresca's side the lead. To go into first, Chelsea are going to get a priceless win as things stand, as we're still down by 1. And the whole theme of this season has been turning the tide, and I do not know how on earth he got through there, but thankfully Marcin was aware to make the save, turning the tide and putting it right. But at the moment, I mean, we are just second best to everything. And Nesiri 2, the goal scorer again. And his second goal is coming here. Easy save, still 1-0, but this does not bode well for our trip to the Bernabeu. Two games without a goal and 2 defeats as well. We got to do something in the second half to turn our confidence around, because right now we've got none of it. Absolutely awful first half. Come on, still time. Still time. Flynn. Washington takes it on early. Saved. Adley pounces on the rebound. Merritt should have done better. He didn't. And Double A gets us the level. It's a really lucky goal. Well, it is going to be a point which we will battle back to claim. It's not the return to winning ways. It will be no wins in 2. But considering we are a goal down, I guess you just got to take it. Can we get one last chance here? Patiently looking for an opening. Amin Adley takes it over the halfway line and finds Koleosho. He's on. Oh, I just didn't carry to Flynn. If it did, I would have had Mudryk totally free on the right. That is right on cue. How many times do I say you got to pass with purpose? You can't underhit them anymore. Back-to-back games without a win. A missed opportunity to go further clear in the top 4. But in the toughest game of the remaining fixtures, I guess battling back to claim a point isn't the worst result in the world. But now going to the Bernabeu, needed to win after none in 2. Not feeling confident. But Liverpool with a late fixture as well, so we don't see the fixture in the list there. But fingers crossed, Marco Silva's Fulham did us a favour there. And they did indeed, they held them, so that means that the gap remains the same at 5 points. So a chance for Liverpool with what would have been, I mean, not technically the game in hand, but Fulham doing us a favour there means the gap remains the same and an extra game gets played as well. So they've still got a game in hand, they can still cut it to 2, but destiny remains in our own hands. Win the remaining 3, and we are staying in the top 4. Okay, alright, we will take it. So just before that final second leg against Real Madrid, we've got the final 3 youth scouting updates, that's what I meant to say. And we'll see what we've got in the last batch. We're often saying the final scouting report, you've got to be special to make my academy. To be fair, this guy's 6'1" at 14 already. And with already a good passing stat, or so it appears. I think he's a ball-playing defender. This guy could be someone to look out for, so we'll give him a scholarship or reject the other 2. And from the Philippines, I'm not sure anyone's going to make it. The lad with the blue hair has had a major potential downgrade. Not concentrating on the football, clearly. But, yeah, I think for the other players, just going to let them all go. And as we are now at capacity for the youth squad, I don't think anyone's going to make it from Gabon either in the final month, which means we only end up with just a 1 player from Gabon making the academy. But to be fair, he looks... Oh, he's done it again. I've got to quit and come back into the game again. This is a bug I'm noticing sometimes. Like the game kind of gets stuck and you can't go anywhere. Here we go, youth squad. Yeah, Pape Fofana. He looks fantastic. So we're at capacity now. I think Tony Baker could probably get released because we've got a better young Jamaican winger anyway in Malcolm Allen. But Riley Stokes and Allen are probably the most 2 exciting players here. But it's a stacked academy. It's fantastic, but you know, we're going to need some growth when they come in, and the best way to do that is to loan them out. I still like the fact we've got like a token player from like different nations, like one from Fiji, one from Trinidad and Tobago, one from the Philippines, one from Gabon as well. But it's looking good. It's looking really, really good. Right, here we go then. Second leg of the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. Heading into this one, trailing by a goal. The lap is back, and heading into this, I still feel we could overcome them, but we've got to be better. In the first leg, we were too passive. We turned up. We were kind of taken back by the occasion. No surprises, really. We've taken on the most decorated CL team of all time, and we're the newcomers. But even so, we've got to be brave in the second leg. But after no wins in our last 2 games and only the 1 goal scored, we must be on it from the first whistle and be brave. Real Madrid in the second leg. I think if we concede early, it is definitely tie over. But if we can get an early goal and level it on the tie, you just never know. Real Madrid in the second leg of the Bernabeu, needing the performance of a lifetime. Come on, Ipswich Town. 18 minutes in, still tied at 0-0. Real Madrid, same lineup as a week ago, looking for the same sort of performance. If they get it, they'll get the same result. And if they get that, they're through. Kylian Mbappe with Jacob Greaves to beat. Stands him up well. Oh, what a turn! And Bulka with the save. And we shall get it back on the deck and pass it forward. Great turn from Mbappe. Thankfully the shot, not the best. Still 0-0, but we've got to be more imposing. Unfortunately, against this Real Madrid side, I literally cannot break them down. Mbappe across, Vinicius, Bulka with the save, and the follow-up shot blocked. As it spins back to the Brazilian. A little bit unlucky, but we'll take that. And just hoof it away, just get it away. This has been a tough start. Oh, no. Game, tie, over. I have not been able to get past that midfield trio. They've intercepted everything. And oftentimes when you're not scoring, it's easy to point the fingers at the attackers. But I can't get them the ball. I literally cannot get the ball through to them. It's that man. It's the man. Mbappe has surely sent Real Madrid through. That midfield trio of Bellingham, Ceballos and Santana. I can't beat them. I literally cannot beat them, but here we go. Rare time we do, but Delap's got his back to goal and force back. Oh, force backwards. That's the thing. Even on the rare times I can find Adley or Delap, backs to goal. And I can't get past the back line either. It is brutal defence. As Vinicius is denied what would have been the dagger in the tie. It is half-time and we need a miracle in the second half. Otherwise it's out. I have to change the tactics and do something because right now I cannot create a chance to save my life. And we need some because we're 2-0 down. Yeah, I love the 4-2-4, don't get me wrong. Docks ball, it's worked really well in the save, but we got to be a bit more direct, I feel, because the wingers are completely isolated. They're not getting any touches at all. And through the middle, we're just being overran. That midfield 3 is always going to outnumber our midfield 2. So we're going to be a lot more direct in the second half, a lot more narrow. And it goes against what we normally do, which is playing with pace and going down the wings. But in this second half, we've got to change things up to have any chance of getting a chance. 2-0 down. And let's see if we can get at least something to give us a glimmer of hope. We're approaching the final 20 and it's looking like it's probably over. To be fair, since making a change in the second half, we've had a bit more of the ball in the middle. And we haven't been overran as much. There's more blue shirts to find now, and that's what we hadn't had in the first leg or in the first half of this second leg. There's more blue shirts to find. As Amin gets a shot away, Courtois makes the save, and Calabria will get it clear. It's been better. It's been better. Should have really started the whole tie play in this way, but unfortunately, it is Real Madrid, it is the Bernabeu, it is the Champions League, it is their competition, it is their night, it is their tie. A brace for Mbappe, and the most decorated CL team of all time. Just said to the newcomers, fair play on your progress, but it ends here in our backyard. Mbappe with a dagger, it is over. Some would say we were even lucky to get to this stage, really. I mean, we were shocking in the league phase, losing 3 of our first 4 games and having no wins, and we just about managed to pull out qualification to the playoffs. The playoffs, we looked convincing against Atletico Madrid, winning a tie 3-0, but the past 2 rounds, relying on penalty shootouts. I guess at some point our luck was going to run out, and we would have needed a ridiculous amount of it to make it through this tie. There is never any shame in being beaten by the best, and these guys have been the best in the competition's history. Their story continues. Ipswich ends here. Real Madrid in the final, our run over in the final 4. To have reached the semis in our debut year though, come on, that's respectable. That's more than respectable, especially when you consider who we took out in the previous round as well. It wasn't an easy run to the semi-finals, unfortunately just couldn't go any further. It will be Dortmund, Real Madrid in a repeat of the CL final back in 2024. But heading into the final game of today's episode, we'll crack straight on with this one and aim to bounce back here. We've we've just got to put it right. No wins in our last 3 games, only 1 scored and 2 losses in 3 as well. Now going away to the King Power to take on Leicester City. We know this is a bogey team of ours, so a big game to end on today, but we'll need to win to keep Liverpool at bay. 3 to play, 5 clear, but they do have the game in hand in order to make sure we qualify for next year's Champions League and we're back there again. I think we need to win all 3. So let's start off with one of the 3 we need to get there away at one of my big bogey teams. Leicester and the King Power. Come on, Ipswich Town. Yep, Leicester and Leeds, my 2 big bogey teams, man. Never like facing them, home or away. I mean, put it this way, at Portman Road, we lost to both Leicester and Leeds. In fact, as Greaves stayed down, I just want to see that. In the 3 fixtures this season we've had against Leicester and Leeds, we've lost them all. Oh, what a finish. We can't afford to lose again. Greaves goes down, but Delap bangs in the opener. Wonderful finish. I want to see that on the replay. Was that a Travailer as well? Because that was a clean strike. First time. It was indeed in off the post. What an effort. Let's go on number 5 in the league now for Liam Delap as Leicester have their leveller with a simple finish for El Canouse. And a big one cancelled out half an hour in, tied at 1-1 in the 3 games against Leeds and Leicester, man. Seriously, no wins so far this season. Looks set to continue as well. Bogey teams, we've all got them. We've all got them, seriously, man. I've seen some of you guys in the comments saying who your teams are. You know, Brighton, Southampton. I've seen some interesting teams listed, but for me, you know, if I'm facing Leeds or Leicester, it ain't going to end with an Ipswich win. I just can't beat them. Go on, off you go, Ben. Adley's in the middle. Touch. Turn. Just couldn't get past Harry Winks. That's the thing. It's not even like a case of always struggling away. We struggle against them at home as well. You know, it's not the grounds that I struggle going to. It's the teams in general. What a ball gives wide. Adley on the shoulder. Oh, brilliant. But the finish leaves a lot to be desired. Still tied. 40 minutes. Plenty of time, but honestly, considering who we're facing, it could go either way. Could see someone winning it, but Leicester or Ipswich could go either way. Inter down the right-hand side. Trying to step around Davis. That's going to be James. It's all day. Ah, come on. No, no, no. Oh, I just can't beat them. Even from a goal up. Sinistera completes the turnaround. I'm sick of Leicester and Leeds. I cannot beat them to save my life. Infuriating teams to face. I mean, come on! Instant response, but we need a winner. And in the end, just couldn't find one. A slip up, no wins in 4. Ipswich out of the Champions League and possibly won't be returning in it for next season as well. There's 2 to play. We'll have to win back-to-back regardless. But now, destiny's out of our own hands. Liverpool in the remaining fixtures, they're top 4. Let's see if they did win their first of the final 3. Yeah, we'll end on this. Needing a Liverpool slip-up. Fingers are crossed. I believe they play tomorrow. And we'll see whether they drop points or whether we are out of the top 4. I was going to say we're still in it there, but of course we know they've still got the game in hand. So here we go. It's Monday, and did they slip up? They did indeed. They must have lost. They must have lost. At home to Chelsea, Mr. Maresca. You are on my Christmas card list. 2 to play, and all we need is 1 win. 3 games to go for them. They've got the game in hand, but with a 6-point gap, all we need now is just the 1 win, and we are there. They win all 3, they can get to 72. Oh no, we need 1 win and 1 draw. Sorry, 1 win and 1 draw in our final 2 games, and we will just hold on. Stumbling over the line, but it doesn't matter how you get there so long as you do that. I'll do it for today's episode, guys. Big thank you for watching. In fact, you know what? Why don't I simulate through that 10th of May as well, because that's their game in hand too. I didn't even check to see the Greaves injury and how long that is, but if they slip up there, it's over. It's over into the final game. It is! It's over! No, it's not. No, it's not, because Newcastle have gone into 5th. Where have they came from? I've been thinking all this time it's all about Liverpool. Newcastle have came from nowhere to cut the gap to 3. Well, now I wish Liverpool probably would have won that game or at least drawn it. But heading into the final 2, There's 2 teams that could still leapfrog us, so it's not over yet. And the Magpies are now our closest threat. But if we win back-to-back, we will be top 4 again. Have a fantastic day, guys. Much love to you all. Carnage to end the episode. But on the back of no wins in 4, well, back-to-back wins might be required in our final 2 against Norwich and Brentford, both at home, in order to make sure we stay in a Champions League place. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the finale of Season 4, aiming to stay in the Champions League very soon.